Hi, my name is Steve Van Vletterken, and I'm going to be introducing a new game that I have created and I'm presenting for you guys to fund and invest in. So the game is called the P.I.MS, and that stands for Project Infrastructure Management Systems. So the basic game idea is going to be a game, and it's designed to teach building skills, project management skills, and it's going to be real-time learning. The people that I'm going to focus on primarily are going to be people who want to learn and get into how to build structures. Adults who want to improve their knowledge on basic project management skills, and younger adults and kids to help them learn leadership and in addition building skills. So pretty much I'm going to focus on all ages above 8 years old. Primarily because I think around that age, kids will be able to absorb and really take in the information fully. So skill level is going to be moderate, but it's going to have a lot of user-friendly buttons and a good interface that anybody really who's using the game or playing it can learn fast and absorb and take it all in. So the game setting. So the game is going to take place in neighborhoods, cities, parks, HOA communities, really anywhere you can imagine building something, business settings, anywhere is where you're going to find your settings and your visuals. So the characters is kind of going to be more involved than having, primarily nicks in the game. So you'll have your player who is going to be a project manager. They're going to start out as a project manager, and they're not just going to play one role. So they're going to have to go in and start their job. They'll start out with a house, and they'll need construction workers, they'll need electricians, plumbers, roofers, plenty of other trades and skilled people to complete their task at hand. The only player that's not going to be done by the consumer is going to be a city inspector, which is going to be an auto-generated character in the game who comes in and he inspects the building to tell you whether you've passed or whether you failed. So the objective of the game is really to build a house, build a building in a city or build an HOA community and so on. And the city inspector is going to revolve around this and whether you complete your objective or not. So the main object of the game, pass inspection. So some limits in the game. A higher skill level, the higher in skill you get, the more projects you're going to get. So based on a level, you would start out building a small home, so you would have one project that you're managing. Your second level, you're going to get a couple of small homes, 2 projects. Not really intense in the codes that you need, the permits that you need. Really simple, basic homes. Then you're going to get into your third level, and you're going to start building communities, 15 to 20 projects at a time, needing more city official permits, needing more tradesmen, and more in-depth skills. So another thing that's going to fall into this is going to be cities, and that could be an expansion. We could build on top of the game even to make more profit. So the fourth level, like I said, you can start building skyscrapers, and it's going to involve about 30 to 40 projects within a city that you're creating, and etc. We can go on and on and on. So one of the nice things is going to be it's real-time learning, and it's going to be a lifelike experience. So as you go and you're building and you start small, you're going to learn measurements, you're going to learn dimensions, you're going to learn what type of materials you need to order prior to the job, Plenty of different things that are going to incorporate, teaching skills on how to really build a house and not so much, a fake house building experience. This will be more architectural intense. So some tools and resources that we're going to use and or need is going to be game coders for sure. We'll need plenty of testers, and that'll come from internal use in the beginning. And we'll need a facility that we're going to build the game. We'll need a cloud infrastructure, security engineers, and we'll fall into resources after we come back over here just for a second. So our platform that we're going to use as well is going to be a PC platform. So the way that I would do it is I would build it based upon a cloud-based system so that the consumer's using less CPU. We could increase the cost based upon the fact that it isn't intense on their computer systems, and it would be more profit for our company and a better return. So falling back into that, with the cloud infrastructure that would be needed, it would be more money up front, but we would get more money out of it. So resources, we would definitely need funding, which is your company who's going to be funding us, investors and people who believe in the game, engineers. We would need a marketing team so that we can know who we're selling to, who is going to like the game, find out, get out there on the field and actually see what people want, which would fall into our market research team. We need an accounting team. And in addition to that, we would need bandwidth and fast, secure bandwidth. Mainly because if we're falling up into this cloud infrastructure for our gaming system, we want our consumers to have a fast, reliable, dependable, failover safe product that they know is going to be up 99.9% of the time with minimal updates, that we could possibly do on another system and roll out into beta testing. A co-location facility would be another vital part that we would need to have. Where are we going to store our servers that are going to, host all of this game to America and other countries who want and are interested in the game? So the best part about it is, you're going to learn how to manage your time, deadlines, planning, critical paths, delivery. It's going to be a game with the skill level and the limits. You're going to have to complete your projects in a reasonable amount of time, so that you can get to that next skill level and advance to your next level. So you're pretty much going to do it all. You are the project manager, and we could even incorporate, multi-level playing where you build onto a company and you're building employees that you play with who are all project managers with you. Maybe you get to the 5th level, and once you're at that 5th level, you can now hire 5 people and play with 5 other project managers to get that project done. So this is my game, the P.I.MS, and I hope you guys invest in it. Thanks.